Good morning on Wednesday. The dog is ready to play. I'm barely ready to play. I barely made it onto this mat. Hi, Edie. It was a full race to get on here. Let me turn my timer on. Had like my big forehead. The dog is, I guess, done with us. He's running around, trying to figure out something to do. Here he goes back. So it's Wednesday. We are doing Barre-ish Bootcamp. And so all you really need, if you're new to me, this is my deal every time. All you need is enough room to be able to step forward, side, and back from wherever you start. If you have a mat, that is an added bonus. You don't need it, but if you have it, that's great. And then for Barre-ish Bootcamp, I use a weighted bar. If you can see it around the dog. Mine weighs 12 pounds. You do not need to have this for your class. You can use a set of small-ish dumbbells. You can even, hi Steve. You can use 2 same-size water bottles. You can fill water bottles with rice or sand. It's all good, like whatever you want to use, or use nothing and you'll still get a great workout. So those are your tools today. I'm working barefoot. You're welcome to wear shoes, but I wouldn't go socks because you'll slide. You also would probably like to have a beverage of choice nearby. I keep my water in a fancy wine glass provided to me by Evie, who is here for almost every class. And then also a towel or two, just because it's gonna get kind of sweaty. So other than that, you should have everything you need. And if you're watching this later and not live on my YouTube fitness channel, that's awesome. Please subscribe and share, tell a friend. If you're watching this on Instagram, my link to my YouTube fitness channel is in my bio on Instagram. Just go into my profile, you'll see it right there. And if you have any kind of injury that you're working with, please make sure to stay in either the first or second level of the intervals that I do as I build them. I wouldn't want you to aggravate an injury, but if you've seen a doctor for an injury that you've been dealing with, make sure you've been cleared to do this so that you don't hurt yourself any further. I've worked through a lot of injuries, so this is all doable with little aches and pains. You can get there. So having said all that, thank you to everybody who's been able to throw a donation into my Venmo or PayPal or even my real mailbox at my house. I do appreciate any of it. That information is in my Saturday post, the one that has my schedule on it, and it's also in the description of most of the classes on YouTube. So that's a lot of housekeeping. Having said all of that, let's get started. So let me just move this out of my space. I barely got to this mat this morning. I'm not even sure if my clothes were on the right direction. So you're gonna stand up near the front edge of whichever space you're using. Feet underneath your hips under your shoulders. Your knees are straight, but they're not locked. So you can move them at any point. Your toes can wiggle, shoulders down and back. Bring your arms up to a V, holding it here. You'll find a squat position, reaching your fingertips past your booty. So where the wall meets the floor behind you is where you're gonna reach your fingertips. From here, push down to the floor to come back up to your start. Then find your squat. Those are our two positions, single counts. So you'll lift and squat, reach. One more, then both arms come up together. Forward fold, either grab your elbows or let your hands fall to the floor. Either way, you'll lift your tailbone up and slowly unroll. At the top, palms together, sink your hips, find your squat. Right fingertips reach towards the floor. Left fingertips reach up to the wall behind you, sort of to the corner. You're trying to keep your knees bent the same amount. Your toes can wiggle. Push down, come up. Try the other side. Find your squat. Hi, Cheryl. Left fingertips to the floor. Right fingertips reach up behind you. So you're rotating through the center of your core, but your knees stay bent the same amount. Push down. 2 counts to get there in 1. 2 push down to come up. Again, sink 1. 2 push down. Again. Let's try it in single counts from here. So sink push, reach, push down. We'll do 4 more just because we just got here. Last 2. And then both arms come up, inhale, reach up. Forward fold, river. You can either grab your elbows or let your hands fall to the floor. Either way, try to straighten your left leg and bend your right knee, sitting into your left hip. Give your toes a little wiggle. Then change sides. Straighten your right leg and bend your left knee, sitting into your right hip. All of your toes can wiggle here. Then bend both knees. Your tailbone lifts up. Unroll. 3, 2, both arms come up. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold, unroll. In 4, 3. We'll do it again. 1 more fold. Both arms up. And forward fold, unroll. 3, 2. This time on your fold, bend your knees far enough so you get your hands on the floor. Then step your feet back to a downward facing dog. If you're new to this, what am I trying to say? The downward facing dog looks like an upside down V. Your tailbone lifts up to where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. Your heels reach for the floor. Your palms press into the floor. Lower your hips to plank. Hands underneath your shoulders. Maybe your knees are on the floor. Either way, you'll come back up to a down dog. Heels press to the floor. 2 counts to lower to plank. 1, 2, lift up. For 2, and lower to plank and down dog again. Remember that your knees can come to the floor when you come to plank. Let's go twice more. So lower for 2 and lift. 1 more. And hold your down dog. Shift your weight to your right hand and foot. And bring your left leg up until you feel the stretch behind your right leg. Does not have to be as high as mine. You can stay right here or you can bend your left knee and open your left hip. If you took the bend and rotation, you'll straighten back out to a down dog split or 3-legged dog, whatever you like to call it. You can stay here or lower your hips to plank and bring your left knee to your left elbow. If you came down here with me, come back up to your 3-legged dog. You can stay here or lower your hips and knee comes in. 1, 2, back up. Let's do it again. 1 more time. Then everybody's gonna be in your 3-legged dog. And both feet to the floor. Down dog in the center. Get yourself settled, palms pressing into the floor. Shift over to your left hand and foot. And bring your right leg up only far enough to feel the stretch behind your left leg. You can stay right here or bend your right knee and open your right hip. If you took the bend and rotation, straighten back out to your down dog split where you can stay or lower your hips and bring your right knee to your right elbow. If you came down here with me, come back up to your 3-legged dog. You can stay here or come with me. Lower 1, 2, and back up. Again, lower for 2. 1 more time. And hold your 3-legged dog. Both feet to the floor. Down dog in the middle. Lower your hips to plank. Maybe your knees are on the floor. If they're not on the floor, you can rock forward and back. 2 more. And hold any plank. With your knees down or up, right hand to the middle. And rotate to a side plank. Maybe your right knee is on the floor. Up to you. Come back to the center. Any plank will work. Knees down or up. Left hand to the middle. And rotate to your side planks. Maybe your left knee is on the floor, maybe not. Either way, come back to the center. plank in the middle. From here, knees can stay down, or they can be up. Either way, right foot comes up next to your right hand. So if your knee's down on the floor, this is what it looks like. Maybe you touch your knee. I'm gonna lift my back knee up. Maybe you reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Can you wiggle your right toes? Both hands to the floor. Engage your core. Step back to plank. Try it on the other side. Knees down or up. Step your left foot forward. Maybe your back knee is on the floor. Maybe you touch your left knee. Maybe you reach up. Breathing in and out. Both hands to the floor. Engage your core. Step back to plank. So that's our pattern. You can go up tempo with me. You can work any level of the stretch that you like. Right side. Step. Reach or touch your knee. And plank. And left. Feel free to go slower than I am. Right. Reach. We're going one more time each side here. Step forward, reach. Then hold any plank here. If your knees are still up, put them down. Release your feet and take your hips back to your heels. Child's pose. Pressing your chest through your shoulders. Round your back up. Find your modified plank here. So if you're here, shoulders down. Stay here or bend your elbows a little bit. Maybe further. From any bend in the elbows, straighten them. Hips back to your heels. Child's pose, that's our pattern. Let's try to make it flow. Here we go. Round up, hold or bend. Child's pose. Round, hold or bend. Same thing. Round up, hold or bend. Let's do a couple more. Round up, hold or bend. On the next pass, hold your modified plank. Tuck your toes. Push down. Lift your tailbone up to your down dog here. Then lower your knees. Release your feet. Then hips to your heels. Make it flow slightly faster. Round up for 2. Push down for 2 and lower. Child's pose. Let's do it again. Round up for 2. Push. And then one more round. Round up. Push down. Then modified plank and hold right here. Hold, shoulders down. Maybe tuck your toes and lift your knees. If you need your knees on the floor, that's where you're gonna hold. Your next progression is here. If you're already here, bring your right knee to the chest. Cross it under. That's under your left leg. You can stay here or bend and straighten. For 4, press. 3, whoo. 1 more. And come back to your plank. Let's try it on the other side. If you're on your knees, this is your next progression. If you're already here, left knee comes into the chest, crosses under your right leg, hold or bend. Just 2 more. And hold. If your leg is crossed under, bring it back to plank in the middle. Lift your tailbone up. Down dog here. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Forward fold. Let your head hang as you lift your tailbone up. Slowly unroll your back. 1 bone at a time. At the top, shoulders down and back. For 4, 3, grab your resistance, dumbbells or your bar. I'm gonna have a sip of this water. All right, make sure you have room on the sides of your space, to the side of your mat, or wherever you're working. Feet under your hips, hips under your shoulders. Toes can wiggle, they're facing me. 2 counts to a squat. 1, 2, push your feet down to come up. 1, 2, try not to lock your knees here. You squeeze your glutes as you push down to the floor. 1 more slowly. Single counts here. Sadly, I'm already out of breath. There was a lot of stress leading up to me getting on this mat today. And I forgot to mention the after party will be upper body and a little extra stretch for the hip openers. Maybe throw in a little side core. One more squat. Hold it here. Lower your elbows. Press your bar or your dumbbells up to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Bring it right back down. One of each. One squat. One diagonal press. Let's do it again. If this is your first time working out with me and you're thinking, what's the after party? It's a little thing I do, live only, after this class. I don't post it, so it's something you gotta show up for. It's just a little extra. And then make it flow, squat to press. So squat, push down. If this is too fast, go back to our other tempo. Maybe your left knee comes up. At the top, sink, press, sink, press. Let's do it again. 2 more. And then just the squat. Down, up. Shoulders down and back. And then, and then nothing. What? Got ahead of myself. Alrighty, as we squat, if you're using a bar, you'll flip your grip, one hand at a time, to under. If you're using dumbbells, hold them where they are. If you're using a bar, roll the bar up to your elbows and lace your fingers. If you're using dumbbells, take them and put them across your chest. Either way, the resistance is close in. Feet wide, toes to the corners, sink your hips. So your toes are slightly turned out, your knees trap right over your toes, your hips sink straight down. 2 more. Then hold it down and pulse. Pulse right here. For 4, you have 1, 2, then you will hold your pulse. Heels lift, extend your legs, lower your heels. So sink, lift, extend up. Tempo here. So faster, working right through your feet. Let's do 4 more like that. So 4, breathing in and out. Hips underneath your shoulders. 2 count, 2 times, sink. 1 more. Now heels lift up twice. 1 more. 1 of each. Sink hips, heels lift. Let's do that again. Sink your hips. Press. When you sink your hips, you should feel a stretch on the inside of your legs. Once more. And then slightly faster here. Sink, press, sink, press. 2 more. And then we take it just slightly faster. Sink, press. Working straight through your feet for 4, 3, 2. Hold it up, hold it. Sink your hips. Lower your heels. Wiggle your toes. Come up right here and just sink. Push down. There was lots of online school tech drama this morning. Couldn't get into social studies. High drama. Hold your hips in here and pulse. So you can work here in the center, or you can come with me. Left heel comes up for 3. So 3, 2, rotate to the right. Again in 3, 2, rotate to the right. Again in 3, 2, rotate. Last time. 3, 2. We're gonna change sides. Left, right heel comes up. 2, 3. Rotate to your left. So 3, 2, 1. Again. 3, 2, 1. Last time. 3, 2. Just the hip sink in the center. How are your legs? 2 more. Back to parallel. Make it a squat. You'll feel the difference between the hip sink and the squat. Make sure you have space behind you. We're going to work behind you. Again, if you've got dumbbells, they're staying across your chest. Left leg steps back once. On the right. This is your pattern. Maybe you sink your hips, just like we did in the front. but you're turning side. Sink, press, sink. Again, sink, press. 2 more. Let's take a triple pulse down. So 3, 2, 1. Push down to come up. 3, 2. Push against the floor to come up in 3, 2. 1 more time in triple. 2 single counts here. Sink, press, sink, press. Last one, just a squat. Sink, squeeze. Keep your squat. I'm gonna give the music a little bump here. Sink, squeeze your glutes. Alrighty, if you're using dumbbells, bring them down by your sides. If you're using a bar, unlace, unroll, then flip your grip 1 hand at a time. Shoulders down and back. Make sure you have room on the sides. As we squat, left leg steps wide. I'm gonna take a little step back so I don't kick my water over. All right, right leg comes in, so your feet are under your hips again. So it's the same thing we were doing, we're just off to the side. As you squat, shift your weight onto your right foot, no weight on your left. So it's a single leg squat with your left leg working as a kickstand. Option on your squat to let your left leg slide out to the side. Just slide, push down, single leg squat. Hold it out this time, hold it. Your left leg goes to the back, over to the side. Take it to the back, single count here, so it's back, side, shoulders down and back. Hold your legs back, pick it up, and pulse. As you pulse, flex your back foot. 3, 2, hold. Heel comes towards your hip. Not all the way in, but towards. Extend it back out. 2 counts to get there, pull it to a hamstring curl, and extend. So if your heel's getting all the way to your hip, that tells you that your thigh should be further back behind you. You just want to feel the hamstring grab in, or grab on, as it gets to about the halfway point. 1 more slowly. Single counts here. Chest up, ooh, tipping over, curl, extend. Let's do 4 more just like that. So 4, extend, 3, 1 more. Hold your extension, extend your toes, put them down, take them to the side and pulse right here for 4, 3, 2, and parallel squat. Ooh, your right booty should be on fire. As you squat, we're gonna build it to the other side. Right leg steps out wide. Then your left leg comes back to parallel. You should be right where you started. 2 more. As you squat, right leg steps out wide. And then your left leg comes in. So you're under your hips. I'm gonna turn a little bit more towards you. So as you squat here, shift your weight over to your left foot. No weight on your right. It's just a little kickstand. You can work here or slide your right leg out on your squat. For 4, push down to come up. 2 more. Hold your squat. Hold. Take your right toes behind you and back to the side. Again, slowly. 1, 2. Single counts here, so it's back and side. 2 more. Hold your right leg back. Pick it up. And pulse. I'm going to turn a little bit this way so you can see what's happening back there. Shoulders down and back. Flex your back foot. For 4, 3, hold the lift and pulse. Then heel towards the hip and extend. So remember, if your heel comes all the way in, that tells you that your knee and your thigh should be further back behind your hip without leaning forward, which is the tricky part. 1 more slowly. And single counts here. So curl, extend, curl, extend. Breathing in and out. Belly button pulls in. You have 4, extend. 3, 2 more. And then hold your leg out, touch down. Bring it over to the side. And pulse here for 4 more. In 1, 2, 3, parallel squat. Your booty should be nice and even. Let's get back to the middle. And left leg steps wide. Right leg comes right underneath your hip. So you're right back to where you started. If you're using a bar or dumbbells, set it down away from your feet. I kind of flung mine out in front. I'm going to adjust my outfit just a little bit. Palms together. Now is the perfect time to grab a sip of water or whatever you're drinking. I'll stay here, keep the rhythm in the squat. Feel free to grab something. I am going to grab this. Fortunately, it's not breakable, so if I drop it, it just becomes a mess. I took a sip without missing a beat. So I hope not to burp. All right, keep your squat without locking your knees. Touch your knees. Knuckles up. Knuckles up. This is the first part of our interval. So it's just a basic squat with a reach. Let's do 4 more just like that. So 4, make sure you have space behind you. Palms together, just the squat. So that's the first half. Second half we've already done. Left leg steps back 1 time. Together and right. We do this with the bar. Maybe you sink your hips as you step back. Sink, press down. Option for arms is the back arm reaches up. Push down to come up. Let's do 4 more, just like that. So 4, push, 3, 2, now squat, touch your knees, reach up. 4, 3, 2, left leg steps back, reach up behind you. 4, 3, 2, parallel squat, touch your knees. 4, press. 3, 2, left leg steps back. 4, 3, 2, center, squat, touch your knees, reach up. We'll do 1 more set of those. Step back on your left. 4, 3, 2, parallel squat, reach up. So 4, push against the floor. 1 more, hold at the top. Maybe lift your heels. Try to balance here. Extend through your fingertips. And then sink your hips. Find your squat. Maybe your heels are still up. Lace your fingers. Press your palms towards me. If your heels are up, lower them. Wiggle your toes. Push down. And squats right here with your arms up. Palms together. All right, let's step back a tiny bit. I don't know how my kid is on my Instagram live. She's supposed to be on live school. Hi, my child. All right, so you have space in front of you. We'll start it nice and mellow. Left leg steps forward 1 time. And then your right. So easy enough, just to step forward. Your back heel comes off the floor. Maybe you bend your knees and make it a little lunge. You don't have to. If it bothers your knee, keep it in a step. Sink together. Sink again. Maybe your arms reach up. Sink, reach. Sink. 4 more like that. So sink, press. 2 more. Just a squat right here, palms together. Keep that in your head. 1 more, left leg, slow motion, diagonally back. Sink for 2. Come down, try it on the other side. Sink for 2. Single count. So you'll sink, push down, sink, push down. Maybe your back arm reaches behind you. I say your back arm. It's really your left arm here and your right arm here. So 4, push against the floor to come up. 1 more, feet parallel, squat here. That's another piece. Front lunge with a reach down and up. Diagonal lunge with 1 arm up, maybe. Keep those in your head. Left leg, slow motion lateral lunge. So lunge out for 2, push against the floor to come up. 1, 2, single counts here. So lunge, press. So you push off of the outside leg, sink, push, sink, 4 more to go. Maybe your arms go to the side. 1 more, parallel squat in the middle. We'll do it on the other side. Sweating. Right leg, slow motion, lateral lunge. 1, 2, push off the floor to come up again. 1, 2, single counts. So out, press, sink, push off the floor. Maybe your arms go out with you. So side, up, side. 2 more. Now parallel squat right here. What we're gonna put all 4 of those pieces together, and you're thinking, wait, there's only 3. The step forward, the lateral, and the diagonal. Remember this thing we did in our first interval? That's the 4th piece. You know it. Palms together. So we're gonna walk through the footwork first. Start with the lateral, diagonal, forward, and a squat to reach. Yes? Lateral, diagonal, forward, and squat. Here we go, just the feet. So lateral, diagonal, forward, squat to reach. Right side. So it's lateral, diagonal, forward, squat to reach. On your left, arms can go out and out. Forward, reach up, squat. Right side, lateral, diagonal, forward, squat to reach. Left side, try it with me now, if you weren't already. So I think I gave you the cue on the diagonal to reach your back arm up, so it's right there. Lunge, up, left side. So lateral, maybe your right arm goes up, squat to reach. Now you can keep the tap in between or get rid of it and lift your knee. Maybe try it with a knee lift, lateral, balance, forward, right side, lateral, diagonal, forward, once more each side, lateral, tap or balance, forward, last time here, lateral, diagonal, forward, and hold up, hold, feet wide, knuckles up. I know you want to bring them down. Knuckles up, sink your hips here. Little pulse. 4 to go. So 4, 3, hold it here. Heels up, extend through your fingertips. Bring your fingertips down and reach them to where the ball meets the floor behind you. Then make a fist, extend, fist, extend. 4 to go. So 4, extend, 3, 1 more. Hold your hands in the fist. Then lower your heels, wiggle your toes, push down to come up. 10 toes towards me, palms together. Sink. Push down to come up. Squeeze your glutes. Shoulders down and back. Towel off, grab some water if you need it. You have about 11 more minutes of this kind of stuff, just to pace yourself. Alrighty, you can stay here. This will be our base move. If this is enough for you, hang here for a bit. Otherwise, hands to your knees, left leg reaches straight back, yes? Back to wide, come up, and squats. That's all it is. This time, hold your squat, right leg back, wide, and squat. Left leg back, You can work here with the hands on your knees, or you can reach back, hands to the floor, hands down, reach. Or keep it here, up to you. You decide. Down, reach, push down to come up, hips lower than your shoulders. So if you're touching the floor, your chest should be higher than your hips. So think, reach to your knees or the floor. Again. There's nothing more to this interval. It's just these. Nice and simple. Work your rotation. It's the same rotation we did in the warm-up. So sink, reach, rotate, or here you can even take your rotation up. Up to you. So sink, rotate, and reach. Sink, reach. Two more, one each side. Last one. Wide squat here. How are your legs? 4 more just like this. We're gonna move on. Last 2. Now hop or pedal here. So you can pedal or you can hop. Either way, shoulders down and back. We take 2, step wide. Pedal, step, or hop. Jump, or pedal, hop. So you decide. You can hop, then step. Up to you. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Hold it wide and squat. Sink, push down. So you gotta remember, if you push into the floor, you're gonna get work on both sides of your leg. Because when you sink, all the muscles on the back side elongate, they stretch. When you push down, they contract. So you are your own resistance. Reach down, pull up. Easy enough. 4 to go. So 4, push down through the middle of your feet. 1 more. Hold up. Arms just pull down. Extend. Make fists. Extend. You can work here, or you can crunch. So it looks like this. Hips and shoulders closer together. 4 to go. So 4, 3, 2, feet parallel, just squat. So we're doing 4 of each of what we just did. 4, paddle or hop with a step or jump wide. 4 wide, reach and pull squat. 4 middle crunches or pulls. Here we go, hop or paddle. So 4, or 3, and 2, feet wide. Reach down, pull. Up. 2 more. Hold it up. Reach or crunch, pull down. 2 more. Let's do it again. Hop or paddle for 4, 3, 2, wide squat. Reach down, pull up. Hips lower than your shoulders. Hold it up, pull down, or make it a crunch. Extend. Again. Hop or pedal here. Hop, jump, or pedal, step. Wide squat here. Parallel, 10 toes towards me. Here we go, hold it up. Pull down or make it a crunch. Pull. Hop or pedal here. Hop or pedal. 2 more. Wide squat, reach and pull up. Pull up. 2 more. Hold up, pull down, maybe it's a crunch. 2 more. Hold your arms up, hold it here. Left toes, rotate, back to me, rotate. Your left knee is gonna bend towards me. Maybe your arms go out and up. 4 to go. So 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Right side, just your foot. And towards me. To the side. Right knee's gonna bend. Straighten. Bend. Maybe your arms go with you. 2 more. Center, pull down. You know this part. Crunch. Up. 2 more. Left side. Open up. For 1 more. And to the right for 2. Center, pull down for 4. So 4. Reach. 3. We'll do 1 more set. Left side, open up for 2. 1 more. To the right side for 2. Center, pull down and crunch for 4. Toes towards me. 1 more. Hop or pedal here. So pedal or hop to shake it out. In 4, 3, 2, feet parallel and just squat. Breathe. Never locking your knees. So I know most of us don't have a mirror right in front of us. So you gotta rely on your brain to get you in the right position. We'll do just the body first. Squat here. Now sink a little further. Come back. And that should sort of half. Sink your booty. Half. And up. So half. Sink your tailbone. That's how it works. So knees, sink. You may or may not touch the floor. I don't want you to focus on the floor because I don't want you to fold like that. I want you to sink your tailbone further to the floor. Reach up. So knees, sink, knees, reach. Knees, sink, reach. 1 more slowly. Knees, sink, up tempo from here. So sink. Up, squat, sink. Maybe your heels lift at the top. Lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. If your heels are lifting, maybe they jump. Push, knees, sink, knees, sink. 1 more after this, and just the squat, hold. 2 more. Feet wide. Toes to the corners. Push down against the floor to come up. So shoulders are down and back. Heart rate is settling. I always check my watch because sometimes, you know how sometimes you feel like your heart rate's through the roof, and then you might check it and it isn't. That's what we call your perceived exertion. And now today, I was right. Feels like it's through the roof? Definitely through the roof. Shoulders down and back. So if you don't have one of these fancy guys, don't worry about it. You can always just work from your perceived exertion. If you feel like you're getting out of breath, you can slow it down. Cross your forearms, bring them to a V. So sink. How's your heart rate? I did not have a glass of wine last night. I did, however, have a decent serving of dark chocolate covered apricots. Probably not the best move, but they sure were delicious. Up tempo from here. Up, out, cross, V. If you're lifting your heels, maybe you press into the floor and jump. Push down. 2 more. Palms together. We'll do it again. So I want you to think of not so much a jump as it is a press off the floor. It's all about your resistance and where your force comes from. I don't want to get too into the laws of physics, but in order to go up, you gotta push down. Remember that little toy when you're a kid, it's like on top, and when you push it down, it spins, so the force of pushing it down makes it spin around. I don't get too deep. Cross your forearms, take your arms out to the side, just one slowly, sink, cross, up tempo from here. Up, out, maybe lift your heels up here, out. If your heels are lifting, maybe push down against the floor. For 4, 3, 2, palms together, and sink. Square your shoulders. 2 more like this. feet parallel. Inhale, reach up. Hands on your legs. Round your back. And then release. Round your back again. Release. This time, come all the way up. Grab a sip of whatever you're drinking. Grab a towel. What heart rate does not want to come down today? I attribute that to stress. All right. I'm going to turn sideways like I always do. So that way, it's super clear which direction I'm moving. Whenever I say front, that'll be the arm and leg closest to you, or closest to your screen, or I guess closest reaching out towards me. And the back will be the other one. So if you only have one towel, put it in your hands. If you have two towels like I do, you can sit on one, use the other for your resistance. All right. So you're gonna turn sideways, if you feel like it. Take your towel in your hand. So you don't want any slack in the middle. You want it pulled tight. It's shoulder height, a little bit wider than your shoulders. Pull it out to the sides and curl for two. Come all the way up to straight. So curl for two, all the way up to straight. Curl for two. So on the curl, you're pulling your towel out to the side. That'll give you resistance in your lats. What are those? If you're not sure what those are the muscles on the sides of your back. Curl down. For two on your curl, maybe you lift your arms on the diagonal that takes you to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. So curl, reach, curl, reach. Maybe that curl and reach can rotate towards me. And back to the center. Keep pulling the towel out to the side. On the rotation here, curl, reach, rotate. Curl, reach, and rotate. Again. So curl, reach. You have to leave early. Aw, taking your time. Okay, yes, I will send you the link to the after party. So if you're doing this and you're new to me, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought the after party wasn't something you could have. I don't post it, but if you request a little special link, I can load it secretly and send it to you. Curl, reach. One more each side, and yes, I will, Edie. One more. Curl, reach. This time, curl straight back and hold. Hold here. Maybe pick your front leg up, 90 degrees at the knee. Hold here, or maybe pick your back leg up. What? Who would do that? Pull your towel out to the side. Rotate your towel towards me and center. Away from me. Towards me. Maybe your knees go opposite your towel. For a little extra range of motion, rotate, center, over, center, over. Again. We are going to do 4 more because we can. So 4, 3, 2, and come to the center, feet down. Come up, forward fold. Take your towel around your feet. Your knees can be bent or straight. And just round your back over. Use your towel if you need to pull yourself forward. To forward fold like we did standing. But now you're really getting into your hamstrings. Round your back. Actively separate your shoulder blades. Release your low back. Inhale. On your exhale, flex your feet. Bring your eyes up first, and then your shoulders, and then your body. Get rid of your towel or just set it to the side. All right. I'm going to wiggle forward so I stay in the shot. At the top, you'll tuck your hips. Fingertips out to the side, curl down, one bone at a time. When you're all the way down, bring your knees into your chest and just give your knees a little rock side to side. Wow, my back crack was so audible. Maybe you heard it. It was a big clunk. I like to extend my top leg at the very end of the rotation. Up to you if you prefer that. One more each side. Over. And then back to the center. Both feet on the floor. I'm going to tuck my towel. It's too long because maybe I'm too short. Extend your fingertips up to the ceiling. Inhale, take your arms up over your head. Exhale, circle your arms around on the floor. Squeeze under your armpits. Roll your shoulders up here. So you're reaching your fingertips past your hips, towards your toes. You're squeezing underneath your armpits so your lats are engaged here. You can hold here or extend your back leg up to the ceiling. Flex. Now your front leg can stay where it is, or you can extend it out on some kind of a diagonal. So the lower you take it, the more resistance you're going to get in your core. So as you hold here, your back leg's going to lower for 1, 2, and up. So remember, your front foot can be on the floor for this if that works for you. Again, so lower for 2 and up. Again, lower for 2. 2 more times. Lower for 2 and up. Once more on the back leg. And hold it here. Both knees into your chest. We'll set it all up again to the other side. Both feet on the floor. Extend your fingertips up to the ceiling. Inhale, take your arms up over your head. Exhale, circle around. Squeeze underneath your armpits and roll your shoulders off the floor. Fingertips reach past your hips. Front leg extends up, flex the foot. Your back leg can stay where it is, or you can extend it out on any kind of a diagonal. Flex both feet, front leg lowered for 2 and up. So you're controlling the resistance of this front leg with your core. We have 2 more after this one. Squeeze underneath your armpits, keep this out of your neck. 1 more time. Lower for 2 and up, and both knees into the chest. All right. Keep your knees where they are. Hands beside of your hips. Untuck your hips. Belly button level to your pelvic bone. 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Arms out to the side. So your legs are your dumbbells. Palms up. Neutral spine. Belly button level to your pelvic bone. Rotate your legs towards me. Back to the center. Then away from me. And center. Exhale as you rotate over. Inhale, pull it to the center. So as you rotate and exhale, you're resisting the weight of your legs with your core. You resist them here, then use your core to pull it to the center. So exhale, rotate, and back. So your palms are up so that you're not tempted to push on the floor. This way, all the resistance happens in your core. Exhale for 2, 1 more each way. Exhale for 2, inhale, exhale, and to the center, fingertips behind your ears. Squeeze under your armpits, lift your shoulders off the floor. Try to extend your back leg to the wall in front of you. Then your back shoulder blade peels further off the floor, and your shoulder goes towards your knee, but not very far because your elbow falls back. 4 counts to change sides. 4, 3, shoulder blade comes up and change. 4, 3, 2 counts to get there. So 1, 2, 1, 2. It's going to slow down the music. Then single counts here. So lift, 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 lift. 2, 3. We're doing 8 more in this very slow tempo. 4 to go. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees to your chest. Woo. All right. Hands to the side of your hips. Feet on the floor. Heels super close to your booty. Then tuck your hips. Push your feet down to lift your hips up off the floor. You're looking for a bridge pose. That's a diagonal line from your shoulders through your hips into your knees, and your toes can wiggle. You can either grab the sides of your mat or towel, or maybe you tuck your shoulder blades under and you're able to lace your fingers. Either way, you're pushing down through your feet and you can wiggle your toes. If your fingers are laced, Let them go. Lower your spine one bone at a time. All right, when you get there, front leg extends up. Let it cross over your back leg. You're just looking to open this front hip. So maybe this is enough for you. If it isn't, pick your back foot up. That is enough for me today. If you still need more, you can lace your fingers behind this leg and pull the knee towards your chest. That'll open your hip. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. And then release both feet on the floor, change sides. Back leg goes up, cross it over. Maybe that's enough. If it isn't, pick it up. If you still need more, lace behind. Very uneven. This side, I need to do the extra stretch. Not on the other side. You're breathing all the way in and out. 4, 3, 2, and set your feet on the floor. Front knee comes to the chest. Extend your leg up. Flex your foot. Maybe your back leg walks out. Doesn't have to, but it can. Either way, bend the knee to the chest. In for 2. Send the heel up. And again, flex and bend. For 2, drive it up. Once more, flex and bend. For 2, hold it up. Take your, your front arm on the inside of your front leg. Then open your leg to the side, only far enough to feel the stretch on the inside of the leg. Pressing your back hip into the floor. Flex both feet. Breathing all the way in and out. Then bend your front knee back to the center. Front arm reaches out towards knee. Back arm across your knee. And take your knee away from your screen. Full spine rotation. Front fingertips reaching out towards knee. Are you breathing? Come back to the center. Change sides. Front foot on the floor. Back knee to the chest. Extend your leg up. Flex. Front leg can stay where it is or can walk out. Up to you. Either way, bend the back knee to the chest. Extend your leg up. And again, flex and bend. For 2, drive it up. Once more, flex and bend. This time, hold it up. Doesn't have to be straight. Back arm on the inside of your back leg. Press the leg to the side, only far enough to feel the stretch on the inside of the leg. Front hip pressing down into the floor. Flex both feet. Breathe all the way in and out. And bend your back knee to the center. Back arm reaches out. Front arm across your back knee. Take your knee over towards knee. Reaching out with your back fingertips. Breathe all the way in and out. I have an audience in my house now. Back to the center. Both feet on the floor. Flip over onto your stomach. Arms and legs extend. Front arm reaches around. Grab where your shoelaces would be. Pulling your heel to your hip. And hip to the floor. Opening up your quadriceps. And release. Change sides. Reach your back arm around. Grab where your shoelaces would be. Heel to the hip. Hip to the floor. If you can, keep it there. Bringing your front arm around. If you can't get both feet in your hands yet, don't worry about it. There's no test. You can grab your heels, maybe your pants. If you're already here, push your feet into your hands and lift your knees, maybe also your chest. Breathing in and out for 4, 3, 2, release if you were up. Hands to the side of your chest. Press your chest up. Take your hips back to your heels. Child's pose right here. Then round your back up to a tabletop. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Round your back. Separating your shoulder blades. Push into the floor to lift your tailbone up. Walk your feet up towards your hands and unroll in 4, 3, 2. All right, this class is over. I'll either see you in 5 minutes for the after party, or I'll see you on Fridays for the next class. Thanks, you guys.